And as we head into this afternoon, all eyes going to be on the skies here as we continue to track some of that cloud cover. Now that most of this rain is starting to work its way at least out of mid-Missouri, it's not nearly as easy to come by as it was this morning. Here's a live look, though, as we head into that lunchtime hour in places like Sedalia as well back toward Columbia. You may notice there in Columbia, we're trying to move some of that low-level cloud cover out of here, but we'll see whether or not we can do a decent job at that. Here's the latest look at that satellite and radar imagery down toward the south. What I think is going on is we're dealing with some of that rain activity, that showery activity down south. That'll help us out in the long run. Unfortunately, it's going to be creating some of those soggy conditions, but essentially what that's going to try to do is slide our bullseye back toward the north and west, the area we got to watch a little bit closer. And again, we're not only tracking that rain, we're also looking at that cloud cover. Here's the latest look at that visible satellite imagery. You can see some clearing back toward the west. We'll see if that wants to get here before too long as we continue to watch some of that cloud cover. Saw a bit of a clearing trying to work its way in. Anywhere where we see that sunshine, we're going to increase those instability numbers. That's a big ingredient for severe weather that we're going to be tracking into this afternoon and now into this evening. It's starting to look like, and I'll show you that here in just 1 second. But temperature-wise, again, getting back into the 60s. That's all fuel for some of these storms that some of these can feed on as we head later and later into tonight. We'll get you all the way up to 8 and 9 o'clock, and again, a pretty ripe atmosphere in place. And the Storm Prediction Center has picked up on that and actually dragged that further northwest chunk of where we were seeing some of those higher chances of some severe weather. That's down into some of our northern counties now. So something that we're going to be ultimately continuing to track. That tornado threat has come down with it as well. So what we're going to be watching for, again, the potential of not only seeing those tornadoes, going to be very isolated in nature. These storms that are going to try to fire back up, going to be very isolated. But if they do, again, we're going to be seeing just about all host of severe modes here, whether that's damaging straight line wind, some hail, or even an isolated tornado. So again, want you to stay weather alert here as we head into this afternoon and evening. Looking at that ABC 17 Storm Track 7-day forecast, it looks like that forecast may be starting to shift a little bit later. We may be dealing with some of these storms as we head into that 9 and 10 o'clock hour with some of the latest data coming in this afternoon.